On January 7, 2025, as wildfires ravaged Los Angeles, a surprising figure emerged from the chaos: Keanu Reeves. Rather than fleeing to safety, he stayed behind, working tirelessly to help his neighbors, and became the true hero of that fateful day. Where are you watching from? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and please complete our 1,000 subscribers for more inspiring stories. January 7th, 2025 will forever remain etched in my memory. It wasn't just another dry, warm day in Los Angeles. It was the day the wildfires showed no mercy. The hills burned fiercely, as if the very heart of the city was being consumed. The sky, once a bright Californian blue, turned an ominous gray-orange, and the air was thick with ash. For those of us living in the hills, it felt like a scene from a dystopian movie. I woke to the smell of smoke and the faint crackle of distant flames. My phone buzzed incessantly with emergency alerts urging us to evacuate. Helicopters roared above and sirens wailed in the distance. Yet, despite the chaos, the neighborhood felt eerily quiet. It was the kind of silence that only exists before disaster strikes. As I looked out the window, I saw neighbors scrambling to pack their belongings. Cars lined the narrow streets, stuffed with hastily grabbed items: photo albums, pets, and suitcases. I felt the growing tension but was reluctant to leave. What do you take when your entire life might be reduced to ash? A few documents, some photos, my laptop. It felt both too much and too little. By midday, the fire's progression was undeniable. Embers drifted on the wind, landing dangerously close to homes. Panic turned into frenzy as people tried to escape. Amidst this chaos, a figure caught my eye: a man in a worn leather jacket moving with purpose and calm. He wasn't packing up to leave. Instead, he was helping others. At first, I assumed he was part of the emergency crew. He navigated the smoky streets like a seasoned pro, knocking on doors, helping families load their belongings, and carrying pets to safety. His calm demeanor stood out, a stark contrast to the rising panic around him. I joined him as he approached the home of an elderly couple I knew from the neighborhood. They were hesitant to leave, overwhelmed by the idea of abandoning their memories and possessions. The man didn't argue or try to convince them with words. Instead, he gently picked up their frail dog and helped the husband carry his wife to their car. It was only then, as the smoke briefly cleared, that I recognized him. Keanu Reeves. Yes, the Keanu Reeves, actor, philanthropist, and apparently someone who couldn't just stand by during a crisis. His presence was both surreal and grounding. Here was a man who could have easily fled to safety, yet he stayed behind, helping strangers in need. For hours, Keanu worked tirelessly. He moved from house to house, ensuring no one was left behind. When he wasn't physically helping, he was organizing volunteers, delegating tasks, and finding ways to coordinate efforts amidst the chaos. As night fell, the fire reached the edges of our neighborhood. Flames danced against the dark sky, devouring trees and homes alike. The heat was intense, and the acrid smoke stung our eyes and throats. But Keanu didn't stop. He distributed water, calmed crying children, and reassured frantic parents. At one point, we heard cries from a house at the edge of the fire line. Keanu didn't hesitate. He grabbed a damp cloth to shield his face and ran into the burning home. Moments later, he emerged, carrying a young boy and leading a terrified mother and father out behind him. That night, Keanu Reeves wasn't a celebrity. He was a hero. He reminded us that even in the face of overwhelming loss, there is room for courage, kindness, and selflessness. As the fire raged on, he became a beacon of hope, a calm in the storm. By dawn, the neighborhood was unrecognizable. Blackened trees stood as skeletal reminders of the vibrant greenery that once surrounded us. Ash covered everything, and the air remained thick with smoke. The fire, relentless and roaring, had consumed entire streets overnight. Yet, amidst the devastation, there was resilience. Keanu Reeves was still with us. He had worked tirelessly through the night, organizing makeshift shelters in safer zones, helping neighbors salvage what they could, and ensuring the elderly and injured were cared for. Despite the soot smudging his face and the exhaustion evident in his eyes, he continued without hesitation. As morning broke, we faced a new challenge. The fire had cut off one of the main evacuation routes, leaving several families stranded. Keanu, ever resourceful, took charge. He and a group of volunteers, myself included, worked to clear the debris blocking the road. Burnt branches and twisted metal made the task daunting, but his calm determination was contagious. When a car stalled on the road, its engine choked by ash, Keanu was the first to step in. With the help of others, he pushed the vehicle to safety. Each small victory felt monumental, a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, collective effort could make a difference. The hours blurred together as we worked tirelessly. Around noon, the situation reached a critical point. A school at the edge of the fire line, serving as a temporary shelter, was in danger. Families with nowhere else to go had sought refuge there, but now the flames were advancing rapidly. Keanu didn't wait for orders or assurances of safety. He rallied a group of volunteers and headed to the school. Smoke billowed around us as we approached, the fire's roar deafening. Inside, frightened families huddled together, some too paralyzed by fear to move. Keanu's voice, calm yet firm, cut through the chaos. "We're getting everyone out of here. Now!" He carried children in his arms, guided parents, and reassured them with quiet words. Despite the choking smoke and the heat pressing in on us, his focus never wavered. Together, we managed to evacuate every last person. As we loaded them into cars and trucks, the flames engulfed the building, but we had made it out just in time. By late afternoon, firefighters finally began to gain control over the blaze. The winds, which had fueled the inferno, started to calm, giving the crews a chance to push back the flames. Exhausted but determined, we continued to assist wherever we could, distributing supplies, comforting those who had lost everything, and helping to rebuild a semblance of order. Keanu became the heart of these efforts. He worked alongside us, never drawing attention to himself, never seeking recognition. When a woman broke down, mourning the loss of her home, he sat beside her, listening in silence. When a stray dog wandered into the crowd, scared and disoriented, he gently coaxed it to safety. As night fell once again, the fire's fury began to subside. The neighborhood, though scarred and broken, had survived. People gathered at the makeshift aid station, sharing stories of survival and gratitude. Keanu, despite his exhaustion, stayed until the very end. He helped distribute blankets and water, ensuring everyone had what they needed. When the firefighters announced that the immediate danger had passed, he quietly prepared to leave. I watched as he gathered his things, a simple backpack and a soot-covered jacket. There was no fanfare, no announcement of departure. He had come to help, and now, his work done, he was ready to go. A young boy, the same one Keanu had carried out of the burning house, ran up to him. "Thank you," the boy said, his small voice trembling. Keanu knelt down, smiled, and ruffled the boy's hair. "You're brave. Don't forget that." As he walked away, disappearing into the smoky horizon, a sense of awe filled the air. He hadn't asked for anything in return, hadn't sought the spotlight. He had simply done what needed to be done. In the days that followed, the story of Keanu Reeves' actions spread. People spoke of his courage, his humility, and his unwavering kindness. For those of us who were there, it wasn't just about surviving the wildfire. It was about witnessing what true humanity looks like. And now, every time I see his name in a movie or hear his voice in an interview, I remember that day. The day a Hollywood star became a real-life hero, reminding us all that even in our darkest hours, a single act of kindness can ignite hope and inspire change. Thank you for watching till the end video. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, don't hesitate to like the video and share it with your friends too. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell for more fascinating stories. Have a nice day.